Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to another Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. Side, not side quest, but like companion. This is the last companion we're gonna get, Brother Thomas.
You are the ones from the radio, the Desert Rangers.
He shows up after we, what did we do? We did a bunch of stuff. We went from Santa Fe Spring to Cerritos, Los Alamitos to Cerritos to Whittier. We haven't went to the shrine yet. We haven't went to the Inglewood yet. Went up to Angel. Went up to Santa Monica, Playa, and then we haven't gone to Baldwin yet. And then we came back here to Santa Fe Springs, and he shows up right here. So yeah, this is where he's at in the beginning, right here. As soon as we come in, I think the other guy shows up too. There's another guy, but we get him instead. I don't know. It depends how. Anyway, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's gonna be the last one we're gonna recruit. A tall beard man is well-worn combat armor waits for you. A machine gun at his hip. His face as stern and hard as a granite statue, and his hair is long and gray. A pair of glasses sit tightly on his bally, sunburned nose.
Name's Neil Thomas. If you are what you say you are, I'm here to sign up.
We're the Rangers. We're here to protect the people and fight for justice.
Well, any man can say that. But if you take me, I'm gonna hold you to it. You turn out to be raiders or high-minded butchers, I'll leave you in a heartbeat. And we'll probably be fighting next.
So he's a law-abiding citizen, I guess. We don't need you right now, but if we want to wait for here, or you can say a soldier with morals is just what we're looking for. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Ready when you are. Time to make a difference.
An honor to fight at your side, brother.
Likewise, friend.
So if you look here, his stats: 7 coordination, 1 luck, 3 awareness, 4 strength, 4 speed, 8 intelligence, and 3 charisma. His skills, he's got 9 machine gun, 8 field medic, 8 sergeant, and 6 blunt. Perks, he's got explorer, fast reload, ornament, scout, stim packs, whack-a-mole, and he comes with the MP5K machine gun and a makeshift mace and a mobile infantry armor. Yeah. These are his books. You can read it if you want. I guess we can read it since it's his thing, you know? I mean, it's over, but might as well read it, you know? I mean, it's a video, right? You can't take this out of his thing, okay? It's permanent. That's part of him. The story of Samson, our red messiah. Any story of a man is a story of sin, and thus this story begins with mankind burning for its sins. God's wrath expressed through human folly. Nuclear fire burning and purging and washing through the sinful masses. What it didn't burn, it buried. And so it was with the word of James King. Man's sins bury it beneath the ground. The truths spoken by this great prophet, the lone man who had seen God's retribution coming, who had known the apocalypse was night. Was night? Wasn't there supposed to be a T in the end? Oh, I don't know. Silence reigned after the apocalypse. The world of God fading, and the few remaining souls falling under deeper sin with God's face turn away from us. It is into this world the red Messiah, Samson, was born and lived. First, in ignorance of the word, his mind broken, his lost souls, fighting and killing to survive with no goals or understanding of life. Number 2, the story of Samson, our red Messiah. But then Samson found the work of James King, the truth he spoke, the call to action that he challenged us all with, and despite his past, his lack of early learning, Samson's soul shone through, and he understood the word of James King. He listened and he was inspired. An example all of us should follow. Samson acted on the word of God, taking up his hammer of faith and spreading the word the only way it can be spread, through force and will. He gathered the righteous around him with the word of James King and smote the wicked and sinful who would not accept the word. When the numbers of his followers grew vast, Samson sought a home for them and found the Angelus temple. In those days it was held by dangerous sinners by the name of locals. But James King spoke to Samson and gave him a way to beat these sinners, but only by sacrificing his own body and soul. Samson gave himself up to the torture and violence of the locals, distracting them and allowing his followers to attack them, and with God's help wiped out every last one of them. Samson preached the word from his new church, which he dubbed the Salvation Church, and hundreds of flocked to hear his word, to be converted and cleanse themselves and others of their sins. But what should have been the moment of glory for Samson and the young church turned to despair as unbelievers struck on demons' wings, blowing up hundreds of the faithful and making the Angelus temple dangerous territory. It was then that Samson spoke to God one final time, and God told him to take his followers into Griffin Park, where they would find a sanctuary, a bastion of faith. And so Samson led to the faithful up the mountain and into the wilds, but in the tunnel that led into the bastion, the enemies of the church caught up to them and would have slaughtered them to the last man, women and child, except for Samson, who sent them on to safety while he guarded their rear. Alone, but for God and his mighty hammer, Samson faced the evil horde and smashed them down as they came. No matter how many, he withstood them until the impacts of his heroic blows shook down the vast tunnel itself, crushing utterly that wicked army. But it was God's will that he should also take Samson's life in that collapse, so that he might join the great prophet James King at God's right hand. And so in his great sacrifice, Samson closed the tunnel but opened the path for his new church to continue. Thus, with the strength of our arms and the teaching of our great prophets, the Salvation Church claimed the bastion of faith as our sanctuary, and grew strong there, welcomed all the faithful, and dividing into 3 equal branches: the church, militant, charged with safeguarding the word; the church, vigilance, charged with rooting out the enemies of the world; and the church of aesthetic, charged with spreading the word to the whole of world. And so we continue to rise and triumph through our faith in God and through God's will, we work to fulfill His mission every day. We are ever growing, spreading His word and mercy through our bullets and knives, giving the unrepentant unbelievers to His grace. In His name of the preacher of the word, James King, and his prophet Samson, the Red Messiah. Amen. Wow, that's one hell of a prayer. So what I did is I made him into a freaking sniper. Yeah, I made him to a sniper. Yeah. All right. So that's Brother Thomas, Neil Thomas. All right. Thanks for watching, man. See you guys next time. Enjoy, brothers.